the tradition of Christians is a matter of life and death. Not afraid of life, neither are we afraid of dying. That is why here are the soldiers, you should never be afraid of dying. And if you are afraid, your life is not right. That's why you must be alert, as the word is saying to us. To be alert and be ready anytime to die. Because it's like a coin that has two sides to it, but it's in the same body of coin. One is the head and one is the tail. Just like life is the head, and so also is the tail, which is death. But they are the two sides of the same coin, and they are not separated from each other. After you die also begins a life that has no end. So when you look in today's Bible school, you reflect on your life in the word that you are hearing. As you see in the word, you can also give you another place in the Bible to read. We just read Luke chapter 11 from verse 21 to 28. You can also go and read the book of Matthew. Look at Matthew 24. In the book of Matthew 24 from verse 42 to 23. Matthew 24, 42 to 23. So you can write it down. Matthew chapter 24 from verse 42 to 23. And you will hear talk about a thief. You know that a thief is coming. Won't you protect your thief? Protect your property and your things. Or do you now allow the thief to come and steal them? So is the evil one, the Satan, and their agents, the demons, the evil spirit, the wicked, and all the things they do, those enticements of the world that separate you, that instead of you gathering in the house of the Lord, you are scattering. When you put all your egg and every of your life and your wealth is where your heart is. Where your heart is where your wealth is, on the material things of the world. So it's important for you to pay attention to that as you reflect that, so that you respect the sacred places without an invitation. Without an invitation. You don't go pierce into sacred places. Pierces the soul of a man, the spirit, and their mind, in order to take things that you want to use to exploit them. We don't do that at the soldiers. You only speak those things that the Lord have ministered unto you. Again, we were talking about the prayer in the previously. Praying for one another, because I hear your thoughts. And I speak this in order to minister unto you. Asking, but why can't I pray for everybody? As you see in the past Sundays, we talked about that. I'm questioning better. Everybody you see, you pray. It goes to the same thing we're talking about, not piercing the veil. You have to have permission. It's a pastoral violation of pastoral ethics. A violation of priestly ethics. For you to go and exploit people because you have a gift to be able to see and then use it against them. You have to have a permission, as we see in the last 2 Sundays. You know, the Lord asking, what do you want the man of God to do for you? Oh, Jesus of Nazareth, save you. So you got to let the person make the decision to tell you what they want God to do for you, then for you to intervene. If they are silent, maybe they like to suffer in silence. In the book of 1 Corinthians in chapter 12, if you go there, you will see there are gifts, different gifts. Because now some people are giving multiple gifts. God gave me a lot of gifts. But to some, they were only given one gift. So whatever the gift that the Lord gave you is the one that you use to walk in the house of God. It is not for you to want to be what somebody else is, to envy somebody else. to jealous somebody else. Otherwise, you are not building the church. You are not edifying church. You are edifying yourself and you are operating outside your authority. And then we talked about divine jurisdictions, divine dominion, this divine authority, the self and image and likeness of God in divinity. When God gives you a gift, He gives you the authority to operate with the gift within that jurisdiction. Within that jurisdiction. And I just mentioned 1 Corinthians. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 12. 1 Corinthians chapter 12. 1 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 1 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 12. Chapter 12 from verse 4. 1 Corinthians chapter 12 from verse 4. In today's Sunday school, I want you to learn something today. Because there are people that are walking around. They say they are soldiers, but they don't even know what their gifts are. And they are operating any kind of how. Because it's seen, that's what they see other people do in other churches. We don't do it in the soldiers. Soldiering is a professional outfit and business mostly under the authority of a sovereign. We are called the soldiers because we are operating under the authority of Christ, with God Himself being the king, the sovereign kingdom of God. With God as the king of all the other sovereigns and every other jurisdiction and every other principality, every other power and every authority, whether in the kingdom of God or in any kingdom or anywhere that God has made. So, if you are called a soldier in the military, and by the way, I am not in the military, didn't serve in the military. I am tried to enlist 3 times and it didn't work out in my favor because then I was afraid of heights. So I couldn't join the Air Force where they wanted me to go to, because first of all, I was too old to join the Marine, because you say you are too educated.